do you think we should go for?
At least 250.
Okay. So a good sturdy cardstock, we say, would be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, so my paper pad that's coming up, that's 250, and the white cardstock that I've used for those samples, they're 300 GSM.
But they are really, everything you touch is sturdy. Everything you touch, you know, is made to last. They are absolutely beautiful. Little noodle boxes with the little noodles that you've got in there are absolutely stunning. Let me close that up because I wouldn't want anyone eating them. That you've already got in there. And then you've got the pizza boxes as well. Talking about the cardstock that we've also got on the show, we have a phenomenal paper pad. Not just a paper pad, though. It's a nice little bundle. You're getting everything. So these are sort of your accoutrements. These are what you're going to add to your cards collection to make them that next step further. You get the set of stamps. Things like enjoy, movie night, just for you, big night in, something sweet for you, happy birthday, have a great day. You've got the noodles in there. You've got try fries when you're having fun. Pizza, food, you've got donuts and burgers in there, the coffee cup that's in there. But these are all right to stamp. But the pain thing is cutting them out. Well, we've given you the dies. We've given you the dies for the biggest ones that are already in there. So things like your big night in and your burgers and your chips and your fries and your noodles, your pots are all there. There's 9 dies that you can choose from. And then you get the paper pad. The paper pad that you're getting here is a good quality paper pad as well. For the sheer fact, look at what you're getting. So this, the die goes straight over the top of this. Let me show you so you know I'm not making it up. So this is the one for the coffee cup. This is the coffee cup that you're looking at. The die fits right over the top. So you can now create the coffee cup straight from the pad itself. From the pad, you are going to get something that looks like this. The best in town. How beautiful is that? Ella, is that straight from the pad, or have you adapted these?
No, I've just taken the die straight to the pad, and if you go further through the pad, we have one that matches the popcorn die as well.
It does indeed. We've also got the popcorn die on the show. I'll give you details for that shortly, do not fear. So you can make your own popcorn boxes. You really can. Then you've got these beautiful, good weight papers on these. They are absolutely stunning. There are so many more. They're all down here. So you've got things like the old movie scripts. It does remind me very much of an American diner style that you've gone for with the colour palette as well, Helen. You're getting 24 sheets. Is that the inspiration before? It's for American diner?
Yes, it's more like retro style, so it's not too modern, but it's really classic as well. So it's not like bright reds in your face. It's definitely more of a pastel sort of muted colour to this, and I absolutely love the this sort of theme.
I'm totally with you. I just because it's sort of like timeless classics. These are never going to date. These dies will never date. We'll always have burger boxes. We'll always have takeaway coffees. There are more coffee shops now popping up than anywhere before. We're always going to have little noodle boxes. We're always going to have fast food. We're always going to have it. So use it. You can start creating your own now as well. Inspiration. The little pizza boxes, for example. I know I'm digressing and going backwards. But the little pizza boxes, imagine turning them into little jewellery boxes. They don't have to be pizza boxes. Imagine turning these into little jewellery boxes that you've got there. The little cupcake boxes, imagine turning those into little earrings boxes that you want to put in there. Or maybe just put a little candle in the memory of someone. Something like that. Really do think outside, literally outside the box, which I absolutely adore. Your paper pad, stamps and dies, £24.98, 911. I used to love that band. 069 is your item number. Popcorn, we've also got that on the show. Let's bring in the details, show you the picture. So the popcorn for this one, once again, a good, sturdy little die, £16.99. This one is on its own, though. It doesn't come in a twosome. It comes on its own, £16.99, 138018. And then it also comes with the movie strip, which is this one. So it comes with this die just here, so you can now start creating your movie strip behind it, and it also comes with the blockbuster as well. It also comes with the popcorn logo that's already on there. Absolutely beautiful. You can start creating your own popcorn boxes, £16.99. Right then, let's go over live to our Helen, who's now going to do a live demonstration. I can't wait. I'm well excited.
Okay, hello everyone. So we're going to be making the coffee cup today. So just to quickly show you, I'm not going to do this today, but as Adam was saying, the coffee cup does fit on this piece of paper there. So I would trim it out to get it through your die cutting machine. This will fit on a standard width if you have an extended platform like the longer one. Otherwise, just use an A4 if you have one. And this is the belly band here, so that is going to fit on there, so you need to cut 2 of those. So I'm going to be using the polka dot paper because I haven't actually made a polka dot one yet, so I would like to do something slightly different.
Oh, let's do it.
So I'm just trying not to make a big mess. Right, so I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to make the most of my paper here because I do have, I have cut this down to A4, so I do have a panel that I've kept aside. I don't want to kind of lose that. So this is going to do the main cup. I'm trying to move things around so that there's not much glare because lighting can be an issue for me.
No,
okay,
it's fine.
so I'm
It's nice.
going to run that through the machine. And while that is running through, I'm just going to quickly go through everything else that I've die cut out. So I've got 2 of the larger circles here. I've got 2 of the sleeves, and these are just for decorating with. I've got one of this odd-shaped one there out of white card. 2 of the smaller circles that just went whizzing, and this one here is exactly the same there. So I've done 2 of these. This one is made out of white cardstock, and this one here is made out of the white fun foam. So it's going to give that a little bit of dimension. So those are going to be glued together like that. Okay, so I've got the cup now that's die cut out. Okay, as you can see, it's done it all in one go, and there's score lines here, so give those a press down as well. Okay, so this is the die set that I was saying that you would need 2 paper clips for, but before we get to that, I just want to address these, do this first.
Okay.
Where is my glue? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to do this first because it needs a little bit of time to dry. So as you can see, this is going to curve around and make the sleeve, but there's no score line, so just do your best to get the glue in the right place. And I'm doing this first because when you try and curve something you've just glued, it's just going to fall apart. So I just want to get this glued and secure so it's ready to go for when we need it. And again, in the 12 by 12 paper pad, there are cutouts that match the die, so I'm going to set that aside to dry.
Could we use red liner tape, the thin red liner tape for that, Helen, or is glue best?
Glue is best. I've tried it with both, and I had a little bit of, not a disaster, but it started to fall apart because of the tension on like the cone shape. It's not so bad if it was a straight, like a hat box, but because it's coned as well, there's just so much tension for it to want to come out like that, so the glue will hold it in place. If you want to use a bit of red line tape and then a little bit of glue over the top, you will get some good adhesion there, but okay. I like to use glue for this. So I've just added my glue now on the tab, and then I'm just going to pop this together. And as you can see, I don't want to be here for 5 to 10 minutes holding that, so I'm going to use a paper clip or 2. So I'm going to attach one on the top. I mean, I hardly ever use paper clips, but when I do, it's because I really do need to. Okay, so I'm just folding those tabs down there, really bouncy, and pop that on. I'm just going to press that down just to make sure that that goes down. I did lose a bit of glue on my surface, so I might add a little bit more. So I'm going to now set that aside. Okay. And now we're going to work on, what are we going to work on next? We are going to work on the top of the cup. Okay, so we do have this teeny weeny little die here. I'm going to pop that through first.
Is that the little drinking spout?
Yes, it is. Oh, I better put the lid on that.
Oh,
I might
yes.
regret it if I don't. Okay, so I'm going to just grab my smaller one out now because it's a lot easier to use. Okay. So the reason why I'm going to be running these two larger circles together is because I want the hole to be easy to line up.
And will it cut through both of them? So what GSM are you using now?
I'm using 300.
So that's 600 GSM it's going through?
Yes. Okay, so it may not go all the way through, but it will have the indentation, so I can then put the die back on if it doesn't. And another thing that I have to be wary of are these tabs here that are wrapped around there. Okay, so as you can see where the red tape is, that is what's going to attach onto the bottom of the cup. So I don't want the hole to be in the way of those tabs. So that's just another thing to be wary of. I mean, it's not going to be a disaster if your tabs are in the way, because you can just get a craft knife and then trim that out.
So the band that you've just put around the top is the lip of the cup, as it were. It's the lid.
Yes. Yes, so that has die cut okay, and I went through a few times, so I'm hoping that will just pop out as well, which it has done. So I've got my two holes.
Never. 600 GSM.
You just have to put it through about 3 or 4 times.
I'm impressed.
Okay, so moving on, I have this now. So that's the die that has created it. So we have the longer sections here and the shorter sections along there. And I've added red tape along the bottom, and on the other side, I have red tape on that tab just there. So I have made tutorials for all of these die sets.
Where do we find these tutorials, Helen?
They will be on my YouTube channel and on my website as well, which is Helen Griffin UK and helengriffin.co.uk as well. Fabulous. Okay, so we're going to take off the tab here. You can either start there and go all the way round just like that, or you can make a round just like that and then pop the circle into the middle. So remember, I've got my longer tabs here being glued to the circle. So pop that in.
Oh, that was easy.
So run that around. There we go. Luckily my tabs are not in the way as well, so that's good. Okay, so that is in. So on this one, fold in all of the smaller tabs. This is what's going to secure your lid onto the top of the cup, like that. Over time they will kind of want to be more pushed down, but it's nice to have it a bit springy. Okay, so we've got the top of the cup now, and now we can add the top on there. So get your glue, and then after this we will glue together the raised part. Just it's more just to finish it off, really, to give it that cup look.
Okay.
Obviously spend a bit more time making your lid neater. So okay, here I have my fun foam and my card top. We're going to glue those together, and because the foam may stretch under all that pressure going through the big shot, I do find I get a little bit of excess just here, so you can just trim that off. There we go, and then we will glue that on as well.
I like this concept because these cups could be used for so many things.
They can. I really can't wait to decorate this for Christmas. So you can pop that on in any direction you want to. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside to dry now. So as you can see, that is starting to look like a real coffee cup. Okay, so this should have had a chance to dry. Let's take off the paper clips. Okay, so we can pop all of these in now. I'm going to add the bottom. I mean, this cup comes together so quickly that you can spend a lot of your time getting decorative with it. So I'm adding glue all the way around the outside of that circle. Turn it over.
They'd be nice little pen pots.
Yes, if you weigh it down at the bottom, it would look really good. And then it won't tip over either. Or you can glue it to a base or something like that.
Yeah, we could have like 2 or 3 or artificial plants or something like that.
Yes, so you can use them as plant pots as well.
Yes, little terracotta plant pots. That'd be nice.
Okay, so I have made this out of white, but what would have been better would have been matching paper. So that is the bottom done. So here we have the lid, and let's pop that on. And there we go. There we have our lid. Doesn't come off. I mean, if you had something heavy in there, it will come off. So you can secure it like I have with the ribbons, and that just comes off like that. So let's move on to the belly band. So I've glued those two together. So this part is a little bit easier than the coffee cup. So I've added glue there to the outside tab, and just join that together. Again, paper clips. And then after this, I'm going to do some stamping.
These are posh little cups with belly bands.
Sorry, could you say that again?
I said they're posh little cups with the belly bands on, because you could just make the belly bands for your own mugs at home if you wanted to, if you're having a party or something like that.
You'd have to test the size, but hopefully they would fit. Okay, I'm just grabbing my block here and black ink pad. It's quite nice to have everything at home instead of having limited supplies, so it's really cool. Okay, so the stamp set, where is it? There we go. At least when I'm over in the studios, I'm a bit more organised.
Oh, no, it's all right. You're doing well.
You've seen me. You've seen me though. Everything's all like laid out. Okay, so Adam,
go on.
would you like to choose, what stamp shall I use? Would you like to choose a stamp?
Of course I will. Let's go for something. Oh no, let's go for just for you.
This one? Just for you?
Yes.
Okay, so a really good trick is if you don't want to actually colour it in, you can just stamp it onto the pattern paper, and then you can get away with not colouring it in. Kind of goes with the effect. So let's pop that on. There we go. As you can see, no colouring in needed. It's a nice print. It gets the message across. And we're just going to grab the big shot now. Okay, so what I have done on my dies is I've added just a quick magnetic sheet here, just to keep everything in place. So, which one is it? Is it this one? I think it is.
Yes, what a guess.
Oh, is it that one? There's a flat top there somewhere. It must be this one.
Must be. It looks
Are you
like
eating sweets, Adam?
No, I'm not eating sweets at all.
I can hear some wrappers there.
That's nothing. There's nothing in the studio. I may have just been checking if the tape was on the bottom of the burger. It's all been taped up.
Yes, I taped that down well, although it is low-tack tape, so it might come off easy. I shouldn't have said that.
You shouldn't have told me that, no, because when Janice does this show later, there'll be nothing, there'll be no props left, just empty boxes. And it is her birthday. I don't know if they've told you, Helen. It is Janice's birthday today. She's 97.
Yes, I did notice. So yeah, I'll be wishing her happy birthday a little later on.
No, we're not allowed to mention it. We're not allowed to mention it on here.
Oh, are we not allowed to mention it?
She's said it enough times now. She's bringing in royalties.
Okay, so I've got my belly band there. I'm just going to pop that on to the cup. You can glue that in place. I'm just hoping that's not going to roll around. Let's keep that secure. So, foam pads. I do have some somewhere. I'm knocking stuff over now. Okay, so I'm going to add that on there with a foam pad. There we go.
Are these sweets fresh, Helen? Are these sweets fresh?
Yes, I bought them last week, so yes, they are fresh.
Just checking, that's all.
Okay, so because this is on a curve, I'm just going to add glue just vertically like that. And then I'm going to pop that on there.
That looks beautiful.
And pop that on there. There we go. So if you have a straw, you can pop that in. If you're making a Christmas one, you can put a candy cane in there and pop in some hot chocolate themed stuff and some marshmallows and things. And that will look fantastic as a perfect gift.
It is a beautiful gift. I'm just swallowing a lace here. I thought we had more demo. It is a beautiful gift. It is absolutely stunning. There's so many things you can do. And what I want you to do, I know we have a laugh and a joke during this, because this is the thing. They're so fun. And there's so many things you can do with them. Things like the fries and the burger box. Literally, you could fill them with fries. Obviously, as long as you line them, I would line them with a greaseproof paper and something like that so the oils and things don't drip in. But we fill, I use the royal way. Helen's filled them with popcorn that you've got here. Nice for little kids. If you want to give kids a healthy little snack, you don't want them to keep picking biscuits and things like that. Pop them in boxes like this. Let them make it. Let them make the popcorn with you. Then you can put it in for a movie night that you're looking in there. Then you've got the burger box to matches as well. For the sheer fact, if we put these both together, look how well that works as a collection. It could be a little miniature burger. It could be homemade cookies that you may be sending door to door. Maybe you're going to start selling cookies and things like that. It doesn't have to be movie night if you don't want it to be a movie night. You can do so many things with them. Father's Day is coming up as well. In June, as we said, and looking at the one-day special, imagine getting some food-safe moulds and making a food-safe like burger and things like that you can put in there. For the sheer fact, we have got, these are sweets. This is a sweet burger, but how realistic does that look inside the box itself? It looks absolutely stunning. With Adam written on the front would be even better that you've got there. But that could be for Dad, it could be for Mum, it could be for Nan, it could be for Grandad. Create little scenes in them. Let things dangle down. Turn it into that little aquarium when you open it up. It's a full-on world in there. 533708 is your item number, £32.98. If you go for both of them together, because you are going to get both of them, you're going to get that £5 saving. You can go for them individually, but they're £18.99 each. Details are at the bottom of the screen for the burger box. 803822 is your item number for the burger box on its own. From these, how about a bit of coffee and cake? Now, we've seen how easy it is to make the coffee cup, and that's what I love about Helen's designs. And that's why Simply Made Crafts is its name, for the sheer fact it is Simply Made Craft. The dies do all the work for you. If you're going for the dies and the paper pad, all you need is a die machine, and you're good to go. You really, really are. The dies do all the work. Let's start with the cake box that you've got here. The cake box is beautiful because, once again, there is so much things you can do. If you're doing a little cake sale, you can bump up your prices a little bit because you go from your cakes, your stunning cakes. Because if you were selling cakes and I just put that out, a little bake sale, you think, oh, that's nice, 50p a cake. Oh, yeah, go on then. I'll have your last cake for you. If I pop it in a little box, a nice little box, I say, oh, would you like your little initial on the front as well so you know it's yours? Of course you can. I have ready-made initials already done. Pop your name on the front, or pop a C for cake, or C for chocolate, or cherries that's on there. Could get very confusing. Pop your name on the front. That is your cake. If you don't want the banner, you could just go for the little window, but you've now upped that price slightly. I would say you're easily talking £2, £2.50 for the same cake that you're talking there. And if you're good at negotiating a car boot, you could get £3, £3.50 quite easily, I'm thinking. But you could just sell the boxes on their own. Sell them as flat packs. We'll ask Helen when we go back, can we make to sell with these? There's me selling the goods. We might not be able to make and sell yet, but we normally can. We can normally make and sell with these sorts of things. So if you are making the boxes that you get there. Oh, Helen, are you there?
I'm here still.
Can we make to sell with these?
Yes, you can.
There you go.
Simple answer, yes you can.
No, I like that answer. I like the simple answer. Make to sell, you're going to make your money back on this straight away. So go for the little cake boxes and go for the coffee cups as well. Because you could go for the coffee cups, and now they do flavoured coffees. I know the Skinny Food Company, they're releasing, and I think we've got them here in a couple of weeks' time, they're releasing coffee liqueurs now that you can pour in. Would look amazing in here. So imagine a miniature bottle of coffee liqueur with a little ground bit of coffee that's in there, or a little tea bag and a personalised spoon maybe that you're going to put in there, with a little chocolate maybe. It's all well and good. It is beautiful. They are beautiful. You can make them to your own designs. If you don't like the ornateness that's on them, fill them with something else. Pop a little bag in there. Are you ready for this? Ready for this? Little box, pop your succulents in. Not a euphemism. Pop your succulents in there. Would look lovely to sell your little succulents if you're selling succulents. Little pot that you can get these little pots now from like B&M's and Matalan and places like that. I can't think of another. But you can get one that would fit in there beautifully. Home bargains that you can make to sell. We're all classy here, yeah. But you can make those things and you could pop them in, then you can make to sell. Same with the coffee cups as well. Fill them with a little zip liner bag so it's all encased on the inside. Fill it with soil and grow cress in them. Grow your herbs in them and things like that. They are beautiful to move and you've made it yourself. £33.98. You can tell I'm getting passionate. 356162 is your item number. That's for both of them with a £5 saver. You can go for them individually for £18.99. Now, the cake is £19.99. Sorry, if you wanted to go for the cake. Something else, though, maybe you want to go for noodles and you want to go for pizza as well. We're loving the noodle box. I'm loving the pizza boxes as well because there's something quite jazzy about them. They remind me of an old... If you turned it that way, you could quite easily turn that into like a little handbag. If you put a little strap along the top, you could turn it into a little handbag if you wanted to as well. It would be perfect for a gift card as well. Pop some little tissue in there. Fill it with a little gift card or a little personal notelet cards. Maybe you're going to make little notelets out of these. They're beautiful. They really, really are. But you can go quite pizzas if you wanted to. You could store them if you wanted to put like little games in there or things like that. If you wanted to give little games, little notelets, little cards. Keeping all your little bits in for like snakes and ladders, and the dices and the little counters would also work for these as well. Little chess pieces maybe you're going to put in there. Little travel games, little sets of cards would look lovely in there. Then you've also got your little noodle box as well, which is really like a proper noodle box because you've got all the tabs on the side. I'm going to do it. I may regret it. But you can do it so it all opens flat like a proper noodle box. So you can now go in and get your noodles themselves. There was twice the amount of that 39 minutes ago. But you can open it out like a real forming noodle box. And that's what I love about these designs. They really are like the genuine articles that you can also buy out in the stores. But make to sell. Make them sell. Use the papers that we've got on the show. And they go together very, very simply. You've seen how quick I've put that together. I'm guessing, Helen, with the noodle box, by the looks of it, the noodle box is one of the easiest to make, I'm guessing, for the sheer fact. Is it one cut and it just folds in on itself?
It's two cuts, so you glue the base and the sides, but other than that, it's literally just fold it together and tuck in the corners, and it's good to go.
So it is very, very simple. It is absolutely beautiful, is what you're looking at for these. £32.98, 116357 is your item number for your pizza box and also your noodle box as well. Love them all. And if you want the paper pack to go with, if you're loving all the samples that we've got here in the studio, you may want to go for the paper pack, because the paper pack, not only do you get the paper, you also get the stamps and you get the corresponding dies that go with them as well. Now, your papers are beautiful. You get 24 sheets in total is what you are getting here. They're 12 by 12, they're 250 GSM with 24 single-sided as well, which is what I like. I do like a single-sided 12 by 12 for the sheer fact it's not that quandary of which one do I use. Which one do I use now? Do I use the back? Do I use the front? I don't really know. You haven't got to. The choices are there for you. You just use the front. You've got things like your coffee cups. You've got your popcorn boxes that are already in there. You've got the polka dots that we saw earlier. I love that for a 12 by 12 for a scrapbook. Would be absolutely beautiful. And don't forget, also use the packaging as well. You've got all this cardstock along the front that you can use. £24.98 get you 12 by 12s. It gets you stamps, and it also gets you the corresponding dies to cut everything out. 911069 is your item number. Maybe you want to go for the popcorn boxes. I've got them on the show. You can get them as well in die form to make your popcorn boxes. So maybe you're going to have that home movie night. Maybe you're going to gift these with pencils and pens in. Would be absolutely beautiful. 138018 is your item number. You can actually buy little gift sets with 2 popcorn boxes in, and it comes with a set of popcorn. And you're talking about £7-8 quid. Easily. You can make your own. You imagine making to sell those at a car boot sale, at a fete or something like that. It would go down a storm. It really, really would. £16.99, 138018 is your item number. Should we go back for another demonstration? I think we should. Helen, what are we creating this time?
Okay, so we're going to be making the pizza box, but first I have one of those plants.
Oh, here she goes.
From Sense Shop. Had to fish that out. But yeah, it does fit in there really nicely. So if you could find yourself a square die for that to fit in snugly, you'd pop that in. So just so you can see what it looks like. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. It will slide to the back because it's not held into place.
But it does work though.
It does. It fits, and you can see the foliage as well. And again, you put the windows on the sides, and you've got yourself a little greenhouse as well for your little succulent. It look really nice.
Love it.
Okay, so we're going to be making the pizza box now. So I'm going to be using this lovely starburst. So I've cut it so that I've cut some sides off there, so it's got the center going in the center. And again, I love this set because it cuts it all out in one. That's going to be run through. And again, you get all of these mats here. And there's something that I need to address here because I haven't got any samples of it, but this is to make a grid so you can pop in individual treats. You know, when you slot them together.
So now we could pop in like little pick and mix in there, or like little bracelets, like charms and things.
Yes, so I have one here popped together. So that will pop inside the pizza box.
Oh, I love it.
So I do need to make some samples of that one. Okay, so let's run this through nice and easy. Again, it's just going to go through in one big cut. Okay. I must say, there's definitely more space in the studio.
What, in my studio? In my studio here in Oundle?
Yeah. There's the tables that where I would normally be standing right now, but there's definitely more room there than what I have here at home. So.
Oh, I'll be glad to have you back.
Yes, I'm hoping for the next launch, hopefully the end of April, beginning of May time. I'm hoping to be back in the studio by then.
What have we got coming up? Can you tell me? You normally don't tell me.
Oh,
no then.
It might be food related again.
So now we're buying into a collection.
Or it could be the complete opposites, but I can't say what they are yet. But it's either food related or something completely the opposite to food.
Is that because you've not designed them yet? You don't know?
Now, I have designed them.
Oh, okay.
They are being shipped at the moment. One's in testing, but I literally cannot say what they are. I'll get in trouble.
I'll keep trying.
I can give you the theme, so a general theme. So what I'm doing here,
the theme's either it's food related or not food related.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah.
So it could be anything. It could be a camel.
Yeah. The second collection is a bit more girly. Okay.
Girly.
So this one has a funny section at the top here because we have a shaped. I'll show you an example. We have a shaped box at the front.
Oh yeah.
There. So it does fold a little bit differently. So you need to have all of your score lines gently folded, and some of them is going to be a little bit tricky because it wants to carry on there, but the score line stops here. So we're just going to coax it into place. Okay, so you need to press this diagonal line there. A bone folder will do it nicely, and then that will lift up, and that will create the shape at the front. Just like that. So do the same on the other side. Push in the little triangle just like that, and then the rest tends to just go into place. Okay, so you can add glue to these tabs here if you want to. I prefer to because it will just it stays together better and for longer. And I just love the way that it all just tucks in after that. So let's get that.
I know what you mean. There's something quite, and it's something quite satisfying building this as well, isn't it? It's like a little model kit.
Yes, it is. Yes, definitely. And again, you can make a whole load of these flat packed as well, ready for your event. So again, this is a really super easy, simple way to make wedding favours as well, because all you need is the pizza box. You can pop in a cookie here. I've wrapped that in a food safe bag, so you can pop that in there, and there you have little gifts for everyone. Then you can decorate it to the theme and the colour of your wedding, and that literally just tucks in here. There we go. There is the pizza box. So again, in the die set, you get all of these mats here to do the outside, and I'm going to be using this banner. I love anything to do with banners, so I'm going to be using a banner today. Get that on. So a few small die cutting now. So how are we doing for time, Adam?
We've got 6 minutes left.
6 minutes left. I'm sure I can finish this in 6 minutes.
Of course you can.
Okay, I've got most of my decorative mats cut out. I've just got into my nesting die sets and fished out a few extra bits and bobs. So for this one, I've used some circle ones, and today I'm going to be using ovals.
You could also use these for little kids' parties, like activity boxes, like put pencils and colours in there and things, like colouring pictures.
Yes, you could. You can even personalise them by putting their name on them and everything. The kids love that, things with their names on. Actually, I quite like that too.
Oh, I like it as well, to be honest. Anything with my initials on at the moment, I'm all over.
Okay, so I'm going to be using this as well, just as an offcut. So this is from my coffee cup. So let's cut that section off. I'm going to do that trick again where I don't have to do any colouring in. Where am I? Right, so I'm going to choose.
If you want to get extra card packs, we'll bring in the details for the extra card packs as well. This is for the bundles. If you want the bundle with the stamps and the dies and the card packs as well. And then if you want an extra card pack, a Great 19 12 by 12 is £12.99 for an extra card pack. Would you suggest, Helen, we go for, if our budget will stretch, that we go for an extra card pack as well?
How do you mean extra? An extra 12 by 12 pack?
Yeah, like an extra pack, a set.
Yes, definitely. Whenever I come across a paper pack that I always buy more than one, sometimes three. Especially with some of these do coordinate with the die sets. So with the popcorn and the coffee cup, you can just get more cuts and make more projects that way.
Very true.
Okay, so let's go over to the die set. I've lost the little dies. See, I wouldn't have lost them if I was there.
Oh, Helen.
Oh dear, where are the dies?
I'll do some numbers. Give me a hand. Have you got them?
No, I'm going to cut it out by hand. Okay. Let's just be really quick here. Speed cutting. It's not going to look as good. However...
No, obviously, when you get yours home, you are going to get a set of dies as well to cut them out. You haven't got to be like Helen, sitting at home, fussy cutting away. You can now sit there with a little cheeky, smug smile on your face and go, well, I know where my dies are. They're just here.
I should have kept them together in the belly band, shouldn't I?
You should have done. This is the thing.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, now where did I put the mats? I'll put the mats down now. There we go. There we go. I'm getting a bit scatty now. It's kind of like one of those speed runs. How fast can you put something together? You're all right.
You've got 4 minutes. We've got 4 minutes. You're fine. Calm down.
That's plenty of time. Okay, we'll slow down. We'll slow down. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on there. I just absolutely love the layered look. So if you are layering things up, just test things and how things are going to look, you know, audition them. I've got the banner there. Do I want the banner there, or will it be too hidden if I put it behind there? what if I turn that around, you know, audition and see how things look. I kind of like the way that looked, so I'm going to put my glue on that one.
I love the way you audition the products before they go on. It's like
Yeah,
the
I like
X
to
Factor.
see. Yes, I like to kind of see how things look before I commit.
It's the Helen factor.
Helen factor. Okay, I think I cut that too big. That's the good thing about these little foam pads, is you can just cut them down to size. I'm always doing this. Just cut it down, add dimension, and it really does set off your project nicely. Makes a whole bunch of difference. There we go. And now I can glue that onto there.
That's nice.
Again, you can add another foam pad to that if you want. There we go. You can add a little bow there, a little ribbon. That would look really nice too. So that is something sweet.
It is absolutely beautiful. Helen, I know it's like asking which is your favourite child, but do you have a favourite collection?
Collection or
As in
item from
a
the
favourite
collection?
set. So is it the pizza and the noodles? Is it the coffee and the cake? Is it the burger and the fries?
I think it's the coffee and the cake, I think. Just the versatility of it.
Coffee and the cake. I genuinely love all of them. Jump to the website. It's the quickest and the easiest place to go. You'll see all of them on there while Helen just quickly switches the camera around so we can say goodbye, because we've come to the end of the show already. You can go for them individually, should you so wish. You can also go for them together as well in a complete set. I think what we're looking at, $369. I reckon about just shy of £100. We split it into 2 flexible payments. You could get the whole lot. You can get the complete set of these. Then for a little bit extra, you can get your paper pads included there as well. Don't forget the popcorn's been very busy as well. 7 dies for your popcorn is what you're looking at for this. Was £19.99 for this hour. It's £16.99 just because we can. £16.99. 138018 is your item number, is what you're looking at. We are talking Simply Made's craft. We are talking a beautiful range. Helen, just sum it all up for me. For those people that may be umming and ahhing, thinking, oh, I don't know which one to go for, what would you say to those sorts of people?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would say go for the one that looks easiest to make. So something that's all put together. So like the pizza box would be good, and the hamburger too.
Would you just say go for what you enjoy?
Yes, definitely, yes. If you can imagine it decorated how you want it, then definitely go for that set.
Look, I love them. I absolutely love all of them. Have you seen, look at Helen's craft room. That is a full old craft room. That's a lovely little craft room. Look, a little coffee cup in the back, look as well, look. Little handmade coffee cup we can see.
Yes, yeah, this is actually my bedroom.
Oh, well,
So
look at that.
This is my bed right here.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I just roll out of bed
Surrounded
and
by
get
the
to work.
wonderful world of craft while you sleep. That is literally sleeping with your work. I love it all. Helen's back this afternoon, but will the sweets still be here when Helen has her next show? Who knows? It's with the birthday girl herself. Janice will be here. What time are you back, Helen?
I'm back at 7.
We will see you at 7 o'clock. What we've got to look what we got to look coming up to? What demos are we doing?
We're going to be making the pizza box and the noodle box. Sorry, the popcorn box and the pizza. Let's start again. We're going to be doing the noodles and the popcorn.
Noodles and popcorn. We've got 15 seconds left. Thank you, Helen. It's always a pleasure to work with you. I really do adore them. Start checking out your baskets if I was you. I don't want you to miss out on these little goodies. They're going fast. See you in an hour. Yes, indeed, the next 3 hours look a little bit like this. Stamps away, 12th birthday's final call. Then it's a Mixed Media Stella happy hour with our Janice. Then join me for the launch of Graphic 45 one-day special.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers, and we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Hi, I'm Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, the Craft Station Limited. We're a craft retailer and we specialise in stainless steel stencils. Our stencils are manufactured in metal. This allows us to have designs that are intricate. We also have new products coming on board, our craft bonds, our pole drops, and our acrylic paints are joining us. We've recently joined Hochanda and we're really excited. This allows us to demonstrate and show our products. We know customers like seeing the demonstrations, so make sure you tune in and don't miss the Sweet Poppy shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows on Hochanda.
Hiya, I'm Hazel Eaton from Pink Frog. Pink Frog is an established company. You may have seen us in shows up and down the country. It's a family-run business up in Chesterfield. Pink Frog started to bring out their well-known Britannia dyes, and then we moved on to a wonderful range of cardstocks. You'll probably know us for our super smooth cardstock, and now we have moved into the world of stamping and we produce high quality polymer stamps for you all to enjoy. We have a wide range of designs and we're particularly known for our flower dyes and flower stamps. On our shows on Hochanda, I hope to bring you many hints and tips and techniques to inspire you, the crafter, at home. Make sure you don't miss the Pink Frog shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Donna and this is my brother Simon and we're Pearlywinks Craft Supplies. We've been crafting since we were very young. My mum got us into crafting and we've been loving it ever since.
We have a good selection of inks. We started with our Winks, which are just a water-based ink, and then went on to the pearls. We've added some chalks, we've got some glitter sprays, and then we've added some beautiful stamps to complement the inks.
We've got a fantastic design team who help us with all our designs for the stamps, and we've got a great range of inks which we manufacture ourselves here in the UK.
Our pearl sprays and our Pearlywinks are loaded with mica, so they give you amazing results on your projects.
We hope that our products bring you as much fun, creativity and inspiration as they do to us. We love all of our products and we hope you do too. So make sure you don't miss our shows on Hochanda.
Now, have you ever wanted to make your own moulds? Well, today is your lucky day. You are looking at the brand new Performer Starter Kit set in action. So you can actually almost shrink down, well not shrink down, but heat down the lovely plastic that we've got for you. And then Ali is going to show you another wow of what this does. So you're just heating this away, aren't you?
Just heating this up so you can see the plastic's getting soft.
Yep.
And then when it's soft...
Ooh.
we leave
I
it
love
for,
watching that. So, Ali, tell us what we're doing here then.
So this is basically a vacuum former.
Right.
So basically that is connected to my vacuum cleaner down there.
Okay.
So we make the plastic warm, which makes it go flexible.
Yeah.
Then when you turn the vacuum on, it sucks all the air out, pulling the plastic down around the item that's on your table.
Amazing. And you can do all sorts of items. This was Adam's idea for a spanner.
Yeah, we had a spanner last night. It's proved quite popular.
Yes.
The warmer you get the plastic, the more detail you can get. So,
Right.
and I didn't warm it too much because there was little plastic in the end here.
Got you.
So I didn't want to melt because it's not my spanner.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't know whose spanner it is, but thank you for the loan of it.
And then, of course, you can fill the mould that you've created.
Yes, so it can either become a form, which means it's something that you model round. So,
Yes.
for example, if you were a model railway person,
Yeah.
you would make some landscapes and then you could, or you've then created a mould so you can recreate whatever you've done. So
Right.
again, if you do model railways, you could make a mould of a little dry stone wall and then you could recreate that so you can do
Yeah.
all your scenery. So we've been using it with wax, we've been using it with soap, we've been using it with plaster, resin, all of those things. Anything that you can pour into it or
Yeah.
press into it like clay, you've then got a mould.
Amazing. So I've got some bits and bobs here to show you, and then we'll go through what you get. So as you were saying this morning, that you've popped some little metal cogs onto the MDF, then you made the mould with that.
Yes.
And then you fill the mould with any of those items that you've mentioned.
Yeah, but the thing is, once you've popped that plaster cast out, you can fill it again and again
Yes.
and again. So instead of just having one and using all your cogs up, I can now make as many as I want, and I could make them out of plaster. I could then do them out of resin.
Yeah.
I could then, I could do them out of clay. I can do them out of whatever I want, all using the same mould.
Cool, isn't it? I must show the shell box because I love this. So you've got your precious shell, I think,
Yes.
over there, and then you made the mould here, and then you can see it's used as a nice little see-through bit. And then if I open the box, you've done some wax shapes.
Yes, so exactly the same mould, created the plaster that's on the front to decorate the box.
Which is there.
So everything is coordinated from a mould that I've made. But I just think having that window to look into the box is lovely, but then to shape it to match
Yes.
is beautiful. And if you are making these to sell and you want to be able to stack your boxes, instead of having the dome come up,
Okay.
put it in the other way and have your dome concave, so then the boxes will stack.
See, that's such a good idea. And look, you can do all sorts of different things. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, let's go for in here. So you've done some really fun, like, biscuit shapes and all sorts of shapes.
I took a mould from a custard cream.
Oh, well, that's here.
Which is, and then I melted down a leftover Christmas candle, so that one smells of gingerbread.
It does.
And the next one is lavender, because that's a common flavour for a biscuit. So they're custard creams. The other one that's in the box is from a broken piece of jewellery, but I really like the shape of it. And
Yeah.
I was thinking you could mould several of those and make a whole flower, or I think that would just on the top of a box, just there's a really nice, elegant look to it.
Nice.
And that's just from a broken necklace.
So basically, you're going to be able to upcycle so much.
Yes.
And yeah, that's wonderful. What else have we got? I mean, I've got to go back to these because I love the shapes of these. Aren't they great? You could make your own jewellery.
Yes, so these are resin, which obviously takes a little bit longer to set, but it pops out of the mould perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how I literally, with the shell, I just went with plain clear resin, so
Yeah.
you could really see the other one I've mixed some mica in. But again, with the ephemera we've got, you can actually make little dishes that you then put things in and then pour the resin in, and you can make little trinkets and all sorts of different things. But yeah, jewellery, because you could take, say for example, find some buttons,
Right.
take a mould of the buttons and then make button earrings, button
Good
necklaces,
idea.
and you could have it all coordinated. Because you sometimes will have, you find them, an old antique button that
Yeah.
you really like, but you've only got one of it. But this way you can recreate it in lots of different ways.
I mean, even as fine as lace, you can do this. What a great texture. Look at that.
Yeah, and we did that earlier, and we put it round a jar, which I'll finish off and highlight with some glitter later.
Nice. So this is going to save you money in the long run, isn't it?
In the long run, yeah. I mean, there's so many different uses. I think it's one of those tools that you'll buy it for a specific reason,
Yes.
and then you'll find you'll start using it for other things. If you like your resin, then this is, it's perfect, because you can then start making. Because I know there's some fabulous moulds out there, and you can sell your makes with those moulds on. But then that mould somebody else has. So when
Yes.
you do doing craft fairs again, people go, oh, that's selling well, I'll get that mould and do it. This way, make your own.
Unique.
Yes,
Everything
and then you
be
can make
unique.
it, and you can start doing customised pieces. Because the other thing we haven't said is, say for example, let's say, okay, I've finished with the spanner. I don't need a spanner mould anymore. I reheat the plastic, it goes flat, and I can remould it again.
Which is so excellent. So, what about if we wanted to make edible things? Different type of plastic?
Yes, if you're recycling food packaging,
right,
obviously that's food safe because it's food packaging. But yeah, you just buy the acetate for chocolate moulding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's readily available. We haven't got this plastic, we don't have the certificate for it, so I can't say it's for, but yeah, if you've recycled the plastic trays that biscuits come in and things like that, so you could make your own chocolate moulds.
See, that is good. Right then, do you want to go through what we get in our one-day special kit?
Right, so the main thing is you actually get your performer, which is the black box, with all the holes in the top. On the back of it, it has 2 holes, one with a rubber seal across it.
Now, dare I turn this around?
You'll be fine. Adam's done it today a couple of times, so
there we go.
You go. Right, so you see that rubber seal? It's not a seal as such, it's help hold the hose in. So it hasn't got a hole in it at the moment, because obviously I don't know what vacuum cleaner you've got. You might have one with a hose like mine, you might have one that's a handheld that only has the crevice tool. Right. So we talk you through how to make the hole so that your vacuum cleaner will fit. And as I said earlier, it's not an airtight seal, so it's just really to help hold your vacuum cleaner in place.
Yeah, lovely.
So that's the one little job you have to do, but it comes to you ready built. That's the only job you have to do.
Right.
Then on the top you have your frame.
Okay.
And that's the important thing. That's what holds your plastic in place while you heat it and allows it to suck down over the bed.
Okay.
So and you get the clips that hold that in.
Yes,
so that's
you do.
your basic tool.
Yep.
You then get all the instructions in written form and a DVD.
Wonderful.
And you get 30 sheets of plastic. Some a 15 A4 and some, we say A5, but actually they're bigger than that. They're still the width, they're still the length of the frame, so that it can be anchored on all sides for you. But they're just a little bit smaller in case you want to do smaller pieces. But because it's reusable, probably if I add up how much I've done with all the different, I probably haven't used a pack's worth yet, because I keep recycling. Going, I'm bored with that one now.
Reheat it. Off
and
we
then
go.
and then 2 days later I go, oh, actually I really did want that one. I'd remake it again.
Yeah. So good, isn't it? What a brilliant, ingenious idea. So the details are on screen. Now, you've got a £15 saving. However, we have got a freedom discount. So we'll swizzle that round. There it is. Hey, so it's $62.99 and you've got a £22 saving. But remember, this is going to be going back up at 6 p.m. this evening, because it is your final call show. You can spread the cost, 2 payments of £31.50, 726,828. We are over 80% of the stock gone. Oh, now I must talk about, as part of your 12th birthday, you're also giving away some lovely freebies. Here we go. So we've got some self-adhesive ephemera, 3 in each pack. Yes. That you're not paying for. Just make a purchase on this show. So it's a nice little birthday gift for you.
And we chose the handcrafted one, because I just think if you're gonna get this, you're gonna start making things. And I just think a little sticker like that on the back of the paper you've wrapped your handmade soap in, or on the bottom of your box, it just gives it that little finish off.
Excellent stuff. So as I said, over 80% of the stock gone. This is a really cool tool. 726,828. So make your own unique moulds, which would be jolly marvellous. Now, if you want some additional forming plastic, we do have that. Again, you're going to get 15 sheets of each size, and you can keep reusing. So almost don't think of it as 30 sheets, because you can just as many times as you want.
The only reason we've put the extra in is if you are going to do things like the Windows gift boxes or the clear little pots to put your flowers in, where you're actually using the plastic that you formed rather than using it as a mould, because I know myself, it's like I use sort of half and half. Yeah. So we thought, well, we'll put an extra pack on, then you know you've always got plenty to hand.
Excellent. That's just $14.99. Item number 140691. Now, something else that's been really busy. So this is the casting plaster, and again, you can pop this into the moulds. You've done quite a few of these, haven't you?
Yeah, and we'll cast some other bits, because you've given me a little challenge, haven't you?
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll cast one of them.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Right, now, it's not a choice here. You're getting both of them. They're a kilogram each, so 2 kilograms in total. That is going to keep you going. £12.99, 443 706. Now, I should just say, again, because this is a brand new, item that we've got here in the studio, not seen it before, then if you've got any questions, please send your questions to studio@hochanda.com or on Facebook, because this is your last chance to do it now. Okay, over to you, Alex.
Right, so in between the shows, Alex kindly gave me an empty bottle of perfume, and I said, right, okay, we'll do 2 different things with it.
Cool.
Because the bottle is round, if I was to form it just as it is, the plastic would wrap right round. So I've made a very crude, because it was in the cardboard sort of scaffolding
That's
for
great,
it to go round. So,
yeah.
but it will show you what I mean. So I'm warming the plastic. I'm going to put my vacuum cleaner on. I have specifically chosen to do the plastic over the hop because this is a perfume bottle that hasn't been washed out.
Yeah.
So it may well have some perfume left in it, which is obviously alcohol based, so I don't want to be heating directly onto it.
Yeah.
So over we go. Rock it round.
That's so cool.
So what you'll see is that cardboard has protected it, so it's not gone under.
Yeah.
So now we've got
Brilliant.
a bottle shape, a half bottle shape. So I'll mix up some plaster and pour that in, and we'll have a recreation of your bottle.
Nice.
But I didn't glue that into there because what I thought we'd do is let's make a memory bottle.
That's so lovely.
I was just going to quickly decorate up my bottle, and I love recycling bottles like this, and I just thought this would be a nice way to show. So I'm just going to take one of the postcard ephemeras because I thought that would fit quite nicely around.
Yeah, you can have a look on the website for those.
So it's like making it. So we're now imagining this could be Grandma's perfume bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the sort of thing you'd keep because you'd open it and, oh, you know, you get those. But if I was to glue that into a memory box, it'll be glued in. It's not going to be... And I mean, this, you know, you can get really fancy shaped perfume bottles and things. I'm just going to hope that's going to stay because it is round. So I want that one. So I'm going to quickly warm up some more plastic.
Okay.
And then we'll actually encapsulate it. So this time it's going to be a piece of plastic that will hold the bottle in place for us to put on. So I always use my box for putting the film on. It's so much easier when you're trying to juggle clips and things.
Okay.
So sorry, this will take a little minute to swap my plastic round.
I mean, I should say you even get the bulldog clips there to keep it all in place, so you're not having to source any of those. So again, just while Ali's doing that, there you go, you get your bulldog clips, you actually get the performer set itself, you're getting all of the plastic sheets, 30 in total, 2 different sizes, DVD and full instructions. But again, as I said, over 80% of the stock has gone, and you've got that fabulous freedom discount.
Okay, so that's ready to come over to the heat. Now this can take especially if you're in a cooler environment, it can take a few minutes, but you'll see it start to get floppy.
Yes.
To be fair, when you first get your tool home, I recommend doing it the heat gun method.
Okay.
Because you can actually see it start to flop down. But when you get used to your plastic, I find actually that the hob's better because it heats more of the plastic at the same time. Because when you do it with the heat gun, you'll see that only heats a particular area.
Right.
So it's very easy to overheat that area.
Okay.
So I probably won't take this to a full floppy. It actually bends underneath, you can see it.
I see.
But I won't take it that far because I'm not actually taking a cast of this, I'm just trying to get it to hold it in place for me. So it should be warm enough. But if it's not warm enough, what do we do?
Reheat it.
Exactly.
I'm getting the hang of it.
So just because I leant over to there.
Yay! I love watching it, it's so fun.
So you can see that's now. If I was to, well, unclip it, and if I was to get a nice backboard, I think I've got some music sheet behind me in a book.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yep, that would be quite nice, just for visuals. Take that off. So this is going into a frame. You can see that's holding that bottle in place for me.
Yep.
without glue. Put that down. Oh, dark-eyed sailor, maybe that's who bought the perfume for Grandma.
Well, that's a story.
So there you go, and then you would just put that into a frame.
Yeah.
That bottle is encapsulated, held, protected, but when you want that moment of just saying, open it up, take it out, your bottle's fine. So that could be a precious antique, that could be a jewel, that could be anything. But I just think that is just such a lovely way of preserving a memory.
Oh, that's fabulous. Lovely stuff. Shall we keep going?
Well, shall we mix up some plaster and cast that
sounds
one?
like a plan.
Right, I'm just going to... Now, this is the thing. Look, I'm just picking that up and putting it out of the way.
It's nice and lightweight, isn't it?
It's not heavy, it's not bulky, because I've got a few bits. So let's make some plaster. This is quite a deep bottle, so it might not set by the end of the show, but I've got some other bits.
Okay.
Right, the plaster is a nice, simple ratio, which means you can mix up small amounts. You don't have to be... It's 2 parts plaster to 1 part water. So if I'm doing, just looking, that's quite a big bottle. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons, which just means I need 2 tablespoons of water. And it's as simple as that.
See, I don't like loads of measuring, so that's just perfect.
No, I'm a bit... And the nice thing with the plaster is the only difference is if you put too much in, it goes a little bit thin, so it can sort of flow about. If you go too thick, you just have to sort of bang it into the mould a little bit, but it's a bit more forgiving. I forgot to chip the plaster off my poor... Yes, so my poor wooden stick has been retired. Actually, I say retired, it's probably going to be a feature on a...
Yeah.
So you can see that's starting to take that bottle shape.
Yep, easy as that.
Okay, and then what I want to do...
Oh, that looks really cool.
It does, doesn't it? Like a milk bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to just give it a little tap just to get any air bubbles out. And this is another tip I have, is I have... things like tubes or a saucepan there, because this is quite a big one, that the mould can sit in while it sets.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just going to set away there. In about 20 to 25 minutes, it will start to be possibly demouldable, but I'm just aware of the neck there, so I might leave that one a little bit longer. But what I did do earlier was, do you remember my driftwood that's further down the counter?
Oh, this one. Here, here and here. Hang on then. Do you want me to show it?
Yes, if you've got the original piece of cardboard.
Here.
So that's the original piece of cardboard. I tore a box and said, oh, I really like that.
Yeah.
And I would normally have stuck that onto a project, but it's like, but then it's gone.
Yeah.
So what I did was I took a form of it.
Yeah.
And the form is here with some plaster in.
Nice.
So I'm just going to pop out, and you can see.
Look at that texture.
But if you look here, I don't know how well you can see that, but can you see the wrinkles of the paper that goes over the corrugations of the card?
Amazing.
But I just think it gives... I am going to break... it's gone a bit hard, but you can just sort of... If there's a bit you don't want, like here, you can just break it off, and that goes in my special tub.
Amazing.
For things later.
Yeah.
Right, shall we colour this up?
Yes.
You've not seen the ink crystals, have you?
No.
Right,
Ooh.
this is end of call, so if you're checking out your order, you'll see these. Okay, and this is our oak ink crystal. So I'm going to put a small amount of water on my cutting mat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take my brush, dip in a small amount of the crystals, drop them in.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lovely rich colour.
And all the different tones coming through. So when you start, you see there's a green tone there that gives this the real nice woody. Now, because plaster's quite absorbent, I'm going to have to sort of feed this with a couple of, not layers, but just as it soaks in, I just pop some more on the top, and then you can build up a real nice depth of colour.
Lovely. Oh, that is very rich, isn't it?
But can you see that little speck of green coming through?
Yeah.
And when you work that in, that's what gives it that natural wood-like effect. And I just thought that that piece of cardboard made me think of driftwood, or we were saying a fence post. you know, an old one where it's sort of slightly broken.
Yeah.
Do you imagine you could put a robin on there? I mean, I put
Shall
the
I show what you finished?
Yeah, so the ones I've done, yeah.
Yeah. This is beautiful. It feels so lovely as well. I know that sounds really daft, as well as it looking so lovely. It feels wonderful.
It has a lovely softness to it.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's made from talcum powder.
Oh, no, I can totally get what
do you
you're
know
saying
what I mean?
there.
It's a really hard one to explain because it's not
sorry.
cold like you would expect.
No. It's really cool. But look, put shells on it, put butterflies on it. But what a lovely mixed media little piece for you. Your own home decor is great.
Yes, but the exciting thing is this is possible. All three of these are the same.
Yes.
From one piece of cardboard.
That's it.
And I can keep doing that. But imagine that in resin, in sort of like, and then putting metallic colours in, so it would look like a rusty cast iron gate.
Yeah.
Obviously, then the options are endless. So that. And the nice thing with the plaster is it sucks it up quite quickly, so you could start adding. I'm not going to put glitter on this because I don't think it's appropriate. What we did earlier was I took one of the ephemera butterflies, and the same plastic that we've been forming. If you've got some bits where you've maybe made a mould that you want to keep and you've got some little stray bits, it is also a really nice quality acetate.
Yeah.
So you can stick your ephemera onto it.
Oh, okay, brilliant stuff. So no waste of your little extras either.
No, they get used for that as well.
Yeah.
And then with butterflies, because it's clear, I can just cut loosely round. I can save my antenna. Normally if I'm putting these onto book pages or anything, they lose their antenna because I'm not cutting round them. But because it's onto a clear material, I can be forgiving. Bend them up, because obviously we know you can shape it. Wrong glue. And where should we have we'll have the butterfly in a different position this time, and we'll make a same little, so we'll have a matching pair, because Adam was saying this design would actually make a really nice bookend.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh yeah,
so,
well, great idea.
So what have we got? Have we got any words? Yeah, we've got some words. I'm going to use my favourite one, and you'll probably see this appear on a lot of my. This is when we have greetings like this in packs. This is why you end up with the sheets the same, because
we want to use them.
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, I'd use that one. That's how we decide on the ephemera.
Yeah.
If we need 3 different sheets or 3 sheets the same, I'll look at it and go, well, I want more than one of those.
Absolutely.
I'm afraid it's executive decision on
that.
that.
That's all good.
So we're just going to add time is precious. I thought that was quite appropriate on final call. There we go. So we've now got a matching one, so you could do some for the whole family, you know, and it's got the same feel but slightly different, but that same background, which I absolutely love, just from a piece of cardboard.
It's wonderful. So you were using the butterflies there for the ephemera.
Yes.
And we've got a whole range on the website. But also we've got our new ones.
The 2 new ones, yes. And I know you'll love one of those.
Yeah, of course, it's this one. Lovely. So we're going to show you. Are we doing these first? Okay, so these are the newer ones.
Yes. So this is Monster It.
You'd love it.
Because if you want to make it into a monster, just put ice on it.
I love your suggestion earlier. You said stick them on an apple.
Yeah, put it in the apple bowl. Stick those so they're looking out at you. I think that'd be funny.
That'd be so fun. Halloweeny. So again, you get 3 the same of these, but you've got lots of different designs. Then here's another one you could choose from, and this is your luggage tags.
Yes, and I've got something coming up tomorrow where they're going to be used as a little album inside something, because I just think that particularly the Hong Kong one there with the perforated line, because that's designed to wrap around the handle of. But I just think that would make a lovely cover of an album, because that would then fold round to create the back.
Nice. And so have a look at the website. We've got lots more, and I believe you're choosing any 3 packs. Have I got that right, hopefully? Yes, good. So you'll find the butterflies on there, there's clocks on there, there's all sorts. Loads of different designs. They are really, really good fun. And it's just £11.99 for the 3 packs of 3. Lovely. Right, reminder now, because we're approaching halfway through the final live hour. We are now 85% of the stock gone. This is your final chance to ask Ali any questions about our performer set. So what you're getting is the actual kit itself, if you will. You're also getting the plastic sheets here, so it's 15 of each size, 30 in total. You're getting the DVD, full instructions, loads of hints and tips, and you've also got written instructions too, if that's more your thing. And then you've also got, even down to the bulldog clips there, that will hold the plastic in place. So everything has been thought about for you. You've got, if you are a Freedom member, an extra, I think it's 10% discount off your original discount. And what is it? £22.10 you are saving. So it's £62.99, but it won't be that price for very long. So maybe if you've been watching and now you're really curious, this is the time to get it. You can spread the cost. If you're a Freedom member, 2 payments of £31.50, 726,828. So look at this. You can do all sorts. Remember, you can use your resin, you can use your clays, you can use your plaster. There's so many different ways you can use these. You can use wax. Those are lovely wax shells.
Melt and pour soap.
Oh yes.
We were saying bath bombs, but I think you have to press into that. So
okay.
I think that tends to be more of a press. But give it a go.
Yeah, because you've got so much plastic anyway.
Yeah. And if you choose a shape that you're going to do in wax melts and things anyway, then nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Nice. Make your own candles even.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Right. Is that a real one?
It is a real one. And I'm going to do it with the heat gun. Slight word of warning when you're doing custard creams is actually the cream inside melts a little bit, and you might get greasy marks on your performer. I don't know how I discovered that, but there does appear to be some greasy marks on mine. But I just want to show you because the detail you can get on this is great fun. So I'm going to heat it, and you can see at the moment my frame is sitting up a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is a nice way to do it, to get used to knowing when the plastic is soft. Now, because I'm only doing a small area, I'm just going to warm around that cream.
I'm just feeling really hungry.
I'm sorry. And I don't think there's any sweets left from the previous show because I think Adam might have been nibbling.
There we go.
Just press it down. I'm going to heat that a tiny bit more.
That's it. You can see it going.
Honestly, it hasn't been eaten, this custard cream. It does look like...
Look at the detail here. And when you put your resin or your wax or whatever in it, you really see the detail.
I think these in resin as pendants would just be brilliant. Malted milks work really nicely.
Oh.
Anything that's got a good pattern on, you know, I just think they're so much fun. Yeah, and my biscuit has survived. But yeah, when you're doing anything like that, just be aware that when you're applying the heat that way, it is the object that's getting slightly warm as well. So I would never do that with something that's precious or delicate. I would heat away from it and then put it down. Okay. But for something like that, so we'll leave that, and I'm just going to do a pine cone. Now, I did a pine cone earlier, but I'm just going to show you about the reusing the plastics. I don't think you saw me recycle the spanner earlier.
Oh, yes.
So this is the pine cone I did earlier.
Okay.
So I'm just going to reset the plastic, so to speak, and then pop the pine cone under and do it again, just because I can.
So is it really important to make sure you are clipping it down?
Basically, if you don't clip it down... Yeah. There's a piece I did earlier. Chris challenged me to a really awkward, deep piece, which was this piece.
Oh, right,
and it was this glass block.
Okay.
So that's really quite deep, and I was concerned that with the clips holding the plastic in place, it wasn't going to have enough room to move in. Okay. Because obviously that plastic's got to fold round there. So I did it without the clips on, and what it meant was, you see these creases here? Yeah. That just means that the plastic was sort of folded over on itself as it came in. When you're using the frame, that can't happen. Brilliant. So we were saying, if you did want to do something as big as that, I would just do a couple of little slits at the side, just to release the tension so the plastic's not pulling against itself.
Good tip, that.
But yeah, we would literally just go, right, okay, what will happen if I do this? But I was impressed at how crisp the edges were on that. So we're saying, oh, you could make your own little mini bricks. Yeah. And then, you know, again, if you're a model maker or anything like that. Yeah. So all of those sort of things. But yes, that's why the frame, so the frame has obviously the purpose of when you're heating over the hob of keeping your fingers away from the heat.
Yes.
But it also stops you getting unnecessary creases.
And here we go. So we're just going to reset the plastic.
I might reset the plastic over here because I think you see it better because it actually sags down more.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just doing it over the hob.
Oh, look at that.
It's just, I think it's a little bit more fun. It looks like it's melting into itself. It's very much like that, isn't it? So there you go. You can see that that's now gone back.
Have you tested how many times you can before it, like, you know, before the plastic goes, okay, I have had enough?
The only time I've had a problem is like on a piece where I was possibly not doing what I've told everybody to do, and I hadn't put it in the frame, and you get a crease. That's harder to get out.
Okay.
But
so far you've kept going.
Yeah.
Brilliant. See, so much value for money then when you think about it that way. Brilliant stuff.
Right, so I'm just warming it again because obviously we've been chatting.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't matter. So you'll see it.
Yeah. There we go. Just do a little bit more.
You can see it warming around, just starting to want to go down.
Boom. Doesn't that look effective? Look at that. Looks brilliant.
So there you go. Then I'll take it off.
Okay.
And there you go. We've now got a pine cone. And you've seen how effective the pine cones work.
Absolutely. Love
So
in fact, shall I quickly, because I don't think I've had
yeah,
showed
and that is
these.
again the exact same pine cone. Well travelled and well vacuum formed.
Well, look at that. I mean, doesn't that look so real? See, this to me, these are Christmas decorations for the tree.
And then I was thinking, how fabulous would they be?
Yeah.
Resin. And get, you know, the lights you can get that can go into resin. You can get LED lights that you form the resin round.
Ooh.
And you could make your own resin light.
Like bunting?
Yeah, but with lights inside them.
That's genius.
So imagine the pine cone. So I would do yourself 2 or 3 pine cones.
Okay.
So you can be, because obviously when you're doing resin you want to mix up a bit.
Yeah.
So just make a little slot, put your light in, or even just lay it in.
Yeah.
Just so that the cable, pour your resin in, leave it to set, and then you will have your own custom light display for Christmas that nobody else will have.
And then if you're making to sell, can you imagine what your craft store would be like?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I love these possibilities.
So, and I just think the pine cone, so we'll mix up some plaster and cast him. I did cast that one earlier, so we've already got one.
Oh, nice.
They stain up really nicely with the oak crystals.
Yeah. Oh,
but
brilliant.
Top tip, I think I've said this last time, but when we were looking at my pine cone last night, he wasn't as closed up as this, he had opened up.
Right.
So just pop it into a jug of water, leave it to soak for about 20 minutes, and it will shrink back and close up. If I leave this in the studio, it'll open back up again, and that's harder to form. You get more like a hedgehog-looking mould, because obviously the pine cone goes spiky.
I never knew that they shrank down and came back up.
Yeah, when you pick up a pine cone out on a walk, if it's a damp day, it'll always be closed up. And then when in the dry of your house, if you look at the ones over on the studio the other side, they're all open. But if I drop those into water, they'll after about 20 minutes, when the water's soaked in, they'll close up.
This is a fun fact of the day. I genuinely had no idea it did that. Jimmy didn't either.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why I know that. It's just one of those things. But that's a handy little tip, because obviously that's a much more recognisable shape as a pine cone.
Absolutely.
When you're trying to think, how will that look cast in resin? That is, I mean, I've got a glass Christmas decoration on my tree with all glitter and everything in, and it was expensive.
Right.
And it's the one that I hang round the back of the tree so the dogs can't knock into it. And then I'm thinking, why?
You're not seeing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then I'm thinking, oh, that would be really cool. And again, if you do them in plaster, you can impregnate them with the essential oil, so you can then have all the... And this is what I was trying to sort of get, because my husband's like, why have you bought essential oils for a television programme? I'm like, well, it's the sort of whole encapsulating, and I won't really use them for myself later. But it is, it's that whole, it's all the senses.
Yes.
So I'm just going to tip.
So this is your bit box.
My little bit box.
Growing.
But I do use it so much. All the little bits, they're so good. I use it almost as grout when I'm doing bigger pieces.
Yeah.
And it was just a pure coincidence that I started doing it. It's like, well, you know, why not save it?
Absolutely. Because didn't you use that on, shall I show the dragon book?
Yes.
The dragon book. This dragon book is awesome. I don't know if Meg's seen it yet.
Put it this way, if the
Look at
dragon book disappears while I'm packing away, I know where it is.
So these are all the leftover bits and things.
Yeah, so what you've got the mould that was made from, have you seen the piece of, there's a piece of card that's got little tiles on, that's about somewhere.
But it's these sections, isn't it, that got the tiles?
So I've put those two on,
Yeah.
and then the gaps in between to create the grout is the broken up bits.
Yeah, good, isn't it?
And the bottom of the box with the soaps in to create the seabed.
Bottom of this one?
That's probably got it on as well, because I
And
do
so-
use it a lot.
Oh, is it with this, with the
with the waxes in, yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So at the bottom there to create the under the sea.
Nice.
So yeah, they just so I just have a little tub. Obviously I will create more of those bits because I'm only mixing up making one mould at a time, which isn't the most economic way, and that's not how I would do it at home.
We've had a question come in.
Yep.
Hello, Tracy. Good afternoon. She's saying she's absolutely loving the show. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And she says, can you put more than one item in the mould plastic if the item is small, so as not to waste your plastic?
Yes, you can. I personally found I tend to over concentrate on one bit and not the others, if that makes sense. So like if I had 3 or 4 different buttons,
yeah,
I would be focusing more on one. But if you heat it over the hob so all the plastic is hot, yes.
Okay.
What I would avoid is having a big item here and a little item there, because it's going to overshadow and pull the plastic away.
Yeah.
So what you've got to remember is that plastic can't be stretched forever.
Okay.
So think about the volume of what you're putting under it and making sure that there's enough plastic, and don't put things too close together because it's got to suck down. But I did 5 pencils earlier, didn't I? I made a pencil tray.
Was that early this morning?
That must have been 8 o'clock, wasn't it? Because it was with you, not Adam, wasn't it?
You might want to have a little look. Yeah, I've totally forgotten about that. So yeah, Ali did a tray with made a tray with the plastic with 5 pencils. So yeah.
Yeah, and I have done 6 small buttons.
Yeah.
But I tend to, if I'm doing that, if it's something that's highly detailed, I would give it its own attention.
Yeah.
Just because then, while the plastic's just warm, you can just make sure you've got the detail and things like that. But simple things like buttons, yeah. Put 5, 6 or 7. I mean, obviously you've seen how the cogs worked with multiples, but that was designed to be a whole panel. But obviously they're still individual items that are being. So yes, it's
good question.
Definitely a good question. And obviously don't be afraid to, you know, if you're doing small things, you can chop your plastic up into small pieces and just position them and do it without the frame if you're using the heat gun.
Yeah.
As long as it's something you can apply heat to. So there's my pine cone. So we're going to give it a little tap. See, at home I wouldn't be using the full sheet. I would be having smaller sheets if it's a mould I know I'm going to use a lot. Now, thank you to my Oscar, who has got a little dog hair sticking up here, but I discovered something.
Right.
If you are wanting to put your plaster somewhere where it might get chipped or broken, say for example on the front of the book, where if that was not a hardback book, if that was a softer book, obviously that might want to bend. But I've discovered if there's a little bit of, I mean, in my case it's dog hair, if you put a few little strands of thread or something in there, it almost knits it together and makes it so that it can't snap apart. It actually, it can crack,
really
but it won't break apart.
Okay.
And that was a pure accident, and obviously Oscar's sending me a little message there, so there's a little terrier hair sticking up there to remind me. So that's our pine cone going. Oh, I'm going to be naughty and see how the bottle's doing.
How's it?
It's looking good, but I think I might.
A bit longer. We've still got. We've got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll try it right at the end. But you can see, look, that's really cool.
It is. Isn't
And
it?
again,
I'm so chuffed.
I know that's just. And that was a pure coincidence, wasn't it?
Lovely.
But yeah, that was the important thing to do with the mould, was to make your little. And I mean, now I've taken the bottle out, you can see it wasn't anything glamorous. I just supported the sides.
Excellent.
Right, what shall we do next?
May I do a quick recap?
Of course you can.
Wonderful. And then we'll come back to you. Right, now you've seen how cool this new performer starter set is? It's just brilliant what you can encapsulate, what you can do with them. You can upcycle different things. You can use your resin, your clay, get your glitters on whatever items that you're using, maybe your moulds for. Right, so in the kit then, you are getting your performer set. You're also getting your plastic sheets, 15 of each size, so 30 in total. Then you've got the DVD, full instructions, written as well as the DVD, and then you've also got the bulldog clips there. But again, you can encapsulate things like this on your cards, make your own domes, because sometimes buying loads of domes can be a little bit pricey.
Yeah. And also, if you think about it, you could use your nesting dies, so you don't have to have the generic shapes.
That's cool. What a good idea. And then look at these. So again, using the moulds to make little starfish, little shells. What do you call them? Seahorses.
They were little plastic bits that came in a Play-Doh set.
Right.
Not even not even the branded one, just a little cheap one. And I can't remember, I needed the dough for something else. And like me, I kept them because I thought, oh, they might be nice. And I kept, oh no, I don't want to stick it on because I've only got one starfish, I've only got one seahorse. Not now.
Not now, that's brilliant. You can keep recreating, which is excellent. What else have we got in here? Let's again open this up because we've got our lovely little biscuit. Was this wax again? I've forgotten.
Wax.
Yeah.
The brownie coloured one is actually recycled. You know when your candle has burnt right down, but there's still a load of wax in it?
Yeah.
So I filled the glass container with hot water, which melted the wax. The wax floats to the top sets. You scoop it off, remelt it, pour it into your mould.
Excellent. Try using soaps, but yeah, you get so much you can do. Don't forget, just while we're talking about the show, you've also got this lovely gift with purchase. Both of these sets are coming to you, and you've got 3 sheets in each set. But going back to our one-day special, you have got a £15 saving, but it's even better if you are a Freedom member. We've taken it to a £22 saving. It's £62.99, and you've got it on Flexi Buy, 2 payments of £31.50. But don't let this slip through your fingers if you're thinking, wow, I'd really like to have a go at this. It can become quite addictive, but you don't want to pay that extra £22 further. 726-828 is your item number. Then we've got our extra plastic, forming plastic, I should say. Again, you've got 15 sheets of this size and 15 of this size, 30 in total. But seriously, I mean, yeah, that'll last you a long, long time if you're getting them both.
Yeah, if you're into actually just making the moulds, you can just keep reusing it. I say we put that on if you are wanting to make memory frames and things like that. We were talking, Adam was talking earlier about little plastic figures.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you see those framed, and most of the time they're hot glue gunned in.
Right.
But obviously then that figure is
that's it stuck forever.
But if you make him a little case to put him in, you know, and he can stand there proudly, and they can be personalised, and that figure is still usable.
Nice. So £14.99 then. There you go for your forming plastic pack. Item number is 140691, and then we've been really busy for our plaster. There we go. Our casting plaster. I find that really hard to say. You're getting both tubs. They're each a kilogram. So 2 kilograms in total, £12.99. Item number is 443706. Just one thing we haven't yet looked at actually is we've got the bubble stamp grouping sets.
Yes, I mean basically these are little stamps that are designed to go round your card bubbles. So if you've made a circle or something, so there's just little sayings, and they're curved to go round when you do an aperture and things like that.
Nice.
And then little tiny shapes to put inside to decorate them. So it's just a handy little set of greetings and sort of a nice generic font.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm just trying to... Let me put this the right way. There you go. We've popped them on a little black background. Yeah, there you go. On your special day, we've got congratulations. Lovely little fonts there. £9.99. Item number is 502845. So we've got about 10 minutes then.
Right, so we'll do a gingerbread man, just because I like gingerbread men. Adam found this earlier for me, and he's a really nice... So again, I'm using the heat gun just because you can... I think for the viewers at home, it's easier for you to see.
Yeah.
But... Oh, and I did have a lovely Facebook message. Somebody's mum had managed to find find a heat gun in her late father's stash of tools, which is, so I think that's great that that's going to come out and be used. I think that's brilliant.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Because I bet when you go rummaging, a lot of people will have a heat tool like this.
Yeah.
Right, so you can see the plastic starting to soften.
Cool.
Oh, heat gun's still on. Mr. Gingerbread Man.
There you go.
With his buttons. And his little bow tie. Isn't he fab?
He is fab, like that. Actually, again, if you get the food grade safe plastic, you chocolate gingerbread men or something.
But we were saying earlier as well, you know, because he's got that top bit on the top of his head.
Yeah.
If you were making him as a plaster mould, you could put a little stick there so there'd still be a hole, and then you cast him, put your essential oils. What a lovely air freshener.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because obviously the plaster takes the essential oils really nicely.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I want one in my car. Because I do like my gingerbread man. So talking of sort of decorating them up and casting, do you remember earlier we did the lace?
Yes.
And then we wrapped it round the container. Well, on the 12 o'clock show with Adam, I unwrapped it and we got this rather lovely curved piece. But I thought, I tell you what we haven't done much of. We haven't done the glitter much today.
Oh, and you know, you saved me the glitter.
So let's go with, I'm going to go with the fine one. So I'm just dipping my finger in.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to work that in. And it's just a gel, so I don't need to put glue on. I don't need to sprinkle on the glitter and get covered in it. I am just rubbing that on, and look how beautiful.
That is stunning. Do you know what that might be nice as? A belt buckle?
Yeah. I'd go a little bit thicker on your plaster.
Yeah.
Or just reinforce it with a little bit. But I just think that as on a, get an old jar that you're recycling and pop that on so it looks like almost a mason jar that you've sort of, do you know what I mean? It's got that sort of ceramics look to it.
Look at that sparkle.
Look at the sparkle, but look at the detail that you've got in the little stitches there.
That is beautiful. Look at that. So much you can do with all of these products that you're kind of upcycling. So we've got 3 different pots that you get here.
Right, so you've got, that's the fine that I've used, which is the first one that you've got in your hand there.
Hang on. Yeah, I was going to take the lids off. Let's have a little
so you
look.
can have a see. And this has got really tiny, fine glitter in. All the glitters are the iridescent, so they'll react to the colour that's underneath them.
Yes.
The paste that they're in doesn't melt away, but it dries away to nothing, so you're just left with the glitter.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so you can see how sparkly that one is. So that's really, really fine glitter.
Okay.
You then move up to the one.
Have I got this one? Is it?
Shall
I do this one?
Yeah. So this is what I call the bits. This is my bubbles under the water one.
Right.
Because if you look, this has got a little bit of fine glitter, but then it's also got slightly larger, almost dots of glitter, which again have that beautiful iridescent, which picks up, which is what I've used a lot on my under the water stuff. A tiny bit across the back just looks like the water's dancing.
Amazing.
And then the last one is the shards.
Oh, it's got big chunks in.
This
Hang on a
is,
second.
and I have got a confession.
Yeah.
There's only a limited number of shards.
Ah, okay.
Because once the other 2 will be continued to be made, but this one won't be continued to be made.
Okay.
So if you want the shards one, he won't be around forever. But I just think that looks like Santa's beard actually. Like that.
Yes, you could use it like that.
But this has got real big chunks of glitter. But again, that paste disappears, and you're just left with the glitter, and it doesn't shed.
Right.
And also, I'm not a glittery sort of person because I know I make a mess, but I can't. I don't
Loose
like glitter everywhere.
Yeah.
It just because it gets into everything, but it doesn't with this. So
good.
there's more glitter on my samples here than I've ever put on anything before. But I mean, just even on a dragon, who puts glitter on a dragon?
Oh, but it really finishes it off. What's given it the colours, by the way?
That's got a mica spray on it.
Has it?
So, and then when you put the glitters over, the paste and the glitters reflects those colours. So it will look very different depending what you put it on. So you saw more on the white, you're getting that crystal look, but over the blues, it's reflecting those blues, and you'll see a purple come through because the way it's, I suppose it's refraction and things, the science side of it,
bit that I don't know.
but that would make the colours change. So you know, you can have, and this is why we've done different grades of glitter rather than different colours, because you don't need different colours, because they will change as they or change their appearance depending on what colour they're on.
Amazing. No, we've got just about 4 minutes. Anything else?
Oh, what should we do? Let's do one more bit of lace, just because I can.
Okay. You like doing the lace?
I do. So I'm going to. Oh, bye-bye, Mr. Gingerbread.
He's melting again.
It is quite a funny one, because you see his little smile goes. The last thing to go is his smile. Oh dear, poor Mr. Gingerbread. Right, so I'm going to put the lace there.
Okay.
Right, but I've just used that to. I'm actually going to come in with the heat gun as well.
Right.
Just because I can mix it up like that.
Okay.
I just think the heat gun in the studio, I can keep it warmer for longer. At home, I very rarely use the heat gun. I use the hob much more. I just find. But I've got a nice little setup where I have my vacuum cleaner up on a stool next to me, so I can reach the switch nicely. So once you're at home, get yourself comfortable, and I tend to sort of do a batch of making moulds, then start making things with them. That was the bit I forgot this time, the making things.
Yeah, and here we go. I love that, you see that instantly.
Yeah, I was saying to Adam last night, the trouble was I'd had so much fun trying different things. I then looked around, I haven't actually stuck anything together. Quick, let's make some cards.
Yeah, bless you.
So you can see.
That looks fabulous. Look at that. We've had a really interesting question come in.
Oh, I like interesting questions.
Towards the end of the hour. So Milan, hello Milan. When you've made your moulds, can you pour pewter into it? Would that melt it?
I would say that would go too hot. I don't know what the melting point of pewter is.
I don't, but I love the idea, because I've got so many. There was a thing in the sort of the 90s when, I mean, they're still around, but those pewter wizards and witches and everything, I've got a whole collection of them.
The way round it would be to form the mould, make a master out of the plaster and use that to cast from. Okay. Because you can cast pewter into plaster, I'm sure. I've never worked with pewter.
No,
I can't remember the melting point of it.
Well, our lovely Meg's had a little look on a search engine. Oh, she's phoning it in. Apparently it's 170 to 230 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty hot.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Wax and soap melt at about 70 degrees Celsius.
Right. Yeah.
Was it Celsius? Yeah. So that's basically a good way to relate to it in terms of what heat. If you put this plastic in the dishwasher and run it on your normal hot cycle, it will warp.
Right.
So that's the sort of temperature you're thinking about. It won't take massive heat. It won't take ultra thick embossing powder. But wax and things like that, which melts at lower temperatures, is absolutely fine. Chocolate, because we know chocolate melts in our hand if we hold it for long enough.
Yes,
so it's those sort of temperatures. But there is certainly a way that you can use this to create a master that you could then use something, whatever. You know, do you see what I mean? So if you're wanting to do something, say for example, she wants to make pewter lace. Yeah. Well, then she forms the lace with this. Yeah. And then pours into. I'm sure you can use plaster and stuff like that to then pour your pewter into. Right. But I will look into that, because that's fascinating.
That's one of the best questions we've ever had. Seriously, it's really good.
Yeah, so really interesting.
Nice. Right then, so final time then, let's go through. This is your last time you're going to see this live at this price. It's been absolutely so cool watching all the different things you can make.
I mean, I said to my husband Paul, it needed to be a one-day special, because even in 5 hours I'm still only scratching the surface. Yeah. Because I would love to have a big railway set here where I've made all the things on. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Because you could make little, if you do dolls' houses, you can make little door knocker moulds and make your own little, you know, window boxes, little anything. You know, it's endless. And I say, somebody emailed in earlier and said about using plasticine. So if your child's made a plasticine model, and you're going, that's lovely, but we can't have that on the windowsill still, because, you know, you'll never have any plasticine ever again. Quickly form it, pour it into plaster, let them paint that one, and then the plasticine can be mushed back up and they can make something else.
Brilliant idea, absolutely genius. Right, details are on screen. If you're a Freedom member, you've got that Freedom discount. I don't want you to miss out on that £22 saving. You can spread the cost, of course, on Flexi Buy, and if you're a Freedom member, your postage is covered. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, bright and early.
At what time?
7 o'clock.
Yay! Good stuff. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, Ali. Okay, I'm going to pass the baton over to the lovely Janice. We've got, oh, I like this, Mixed Media Steals happy hour, followed by, the one-day special launch is Graphic 45. So do stay tuned.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers. And we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Flexi Order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on Flexi Buy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your Flexi Buy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi Buy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hi, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp, and how did I get here? Well, when my children, Grace and Mark, were born, I left the corporate world and I took up crafting full-time. Then I had a moment of clarity, if you'll pardon the pun, and I came up with the transparent art stamp. And the rest is history, really. For the last 27 plus years, I've been pioneering the art of transparent stamping. I love teaching. For me, it's all about that. And so working with Hochanda is fantastic because it gives me the perfect platform to reach out and work with like-minded people and to be able to show some of the tricks that I've learned along the way. If you like my style and you like what I do, then please join me, Barbara Gray, on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now.